the more I can reflect on the biological predispositions that arise, the less I'm controlled by them. And I don't want to be ashamed of or repress them or just automatically go with them, right? Because they gave rise to the capacity for abstraction, and the abstraction can give rise to higher order interests than the base interests. So this is actually a very valuable thing in personal development, is just taking the time to very deeply, earnestly inquire into your motive. And, okay, I'm wanting to develop in this way. Why? Is because mostly the whys are actually lies, right? I believe that when I'm buff, then I will ... And it's not going to be true, right? So the thing happens, and then it's just some other set of goals, and so typically, whenever someone is going about doing some project to help the world or develop themselves or whatever, they usually have mixed motives. They have like a dozen different motives driving them. And they're usually only aware of half of them. And they'll usually only admit like one or two of them. But this will affect your results and your trustworthiness, because those motives will pull in different ways. And so let's say I'm trying to develop myself as someone who's more capable of making a difference in the world. And so I'm doing some alleviating poverty project. And the mission statement of why we're doing this is because these kids don't have shoes and they don't have food, and we need to bring it to them, and we care. That might actually be true. Like, I might actually care as one of the 12 or so motives that has me doing that. I might also need to make some money, and this nonprofit is a way that I can make some money. I also might want to feel successful in a different way, and this hits a certain idea of what will make me feel successful. And then there might be a bunch of stuff that's unconscious, like insecurity from childhood and school, and still wanting to hear that I did a good job that my parents didn't give me, or that they did, projected onto the rest of the world. The degree to which you can just really watch that, right? Just watch the things that are arising in the mind, and they'll show up when you notice who you're comparing yourself with and where you feel jealousies, which is something that you think that you're wanting that someone else is getting socially or whatever. And just in reflecting, then you can ask yourself the question, so which of these seem like they're coming from wholeness, like from the deepest, wholest version of myself I could imagine, and which of them feel like they're more coming from insecurity or woundedness? And if I imagine myself growing in my wholeness, which of these would deepen and which would lessen? And then of the ones that would lessen, you can just ask, if this wasn't there at all, how would my life be different? Like the desire that people like me, or whatever it is, if this wasn't there at all. And that doesn't mean to pathologize it. You just get to inquire into that and notice, how does it move you? And maybe some ways that it moves you are fine, but it's good to at least be clear on it.